Good afternoon, Off the Bench Sports family. We are here at Carroll High School, Monroe, Louisiana. A few of the Carroll Bulldogs. It's spring, it's football. Man, we're gonna start right here with the defensive captain.
Yes, sir.
The guy. Go ahead and introduce yourself.
Yes, sir. Coach Greg Boxer, Carroll Bulldogs, Monroe, Louisiana.
That's what's up, Coach Box. And we just gonna go from here. Introduce yourself. Just say your name and what grade you in and what position you play, in that order.
Jaquarius Brown. I'm a sophomore of Carroll High School, D-Town.
Anil Roberts, Carroll High School, DB.
DeMondre Blunt. I'm a sophomore at Carroll High School, play wide receiver and quarterback.
My name's Thomas Little. I'm a junior, and I play O-line, right guard.
That's what's up. That's what's up. Man, Thomas Little, returning offensive lineman. Everything starts in the trenches. What did you learn from last year that's going to help you be better this year?
Well, I gained more experience, so now, therefore, we'll be able to produce more and justify to lead the offenses.
A lot of kids, Thomas, and I'm not picking on you, but you are in a unique situation. Your head coach played your position. And not only did he just play it, he played it at the highest level in collegiate football, Power 5 SEC school. So he learned all the nuances of, he learned all the little knickknacks, the little intricacies of what offensive linemen do at the highest level. He's brought that back here to you guys. How much has that helped you be a better lineman?
Oh, it helps a lot, and it helps us to be consistent and persistent and coming and learning from him. Coach Washington, he gives a lot of the basis and stuff and a lot of things that we should know to produce on the football field.
Blunt. You the guy, huh?
Yes, sir.
You want to be?
I am.
Man, you had a great season last year.
Yes, sir.
How do you you're the leader now.
Yes, sir.
How do you help your team be better?
Doing anything the leader does, make sure the whole offense is right, make sure my receiver core is right, make sure everything is just perfection, make sure we are at 100% at practice and things like that.
You had some guys last year, upperclassmen, that are no longer here.
Yes, sir.
They were respected. How do you get their respect?
Because, well, for myself, I get the respect because of the plays I made on the football field and what I did at practice, and how I carried myself throughout, just by being humble and just not having a big head and everything. Since I wasn't the only sophomore, but well, it was me and another sophomore. But being the two youngest starting, when everybody else sophomores that weren't really starting with us.
All right. And you're gonna lead the fight.
Yes, sir.
Huh? I'm gonna be watching.
Yes, sir.
Be watching. I watched it last year, so I can't know. Yeah. I'm gonna see. I ain't gonna give you no check mark just yet.
Right.
I gotta see how this spring game go before I give you a check mark.
Right.
Sometimes it be because you're not the key player that people are designated on. This year the eye on you though. Don't forget that.
Yes, sir.
Everybody looking for Blunt.
Yes, sir.
Go right there. You want it? All right. Go right here. Tell me about what makes you unique to Carroll High School football.
What made me unique is my work ethic. I'm a hard-working young man. I do what do best for me. Get the job done. Coach say do it, I'm gonna do it.
Man, that's solid. You're a middle linebacker, huh?
No, sir. I'm a defensive tackle.
Defensive tackle?
Yes, sir.
Man, you solid. I don't even like. What's your deal? Tell me something about you.
I started my freshman year. I'm a returning. Started 2 years in a row. Yeah, I feel like I can help the team a lot by me playing both sides. I can feel I do that, we can go a long way.
I'm gonna say this, man, because this is what it is, and I don't know no other way. As a 2-year starter, it should be all Metro, all state
Easily.
this year because you have the in-game experience. How do you get there?
Work, consistency.
Everybody working. Everybody working.
Got to put on the field.
It's a different. So guys that know they want to be all Metro, like you can't even be all Metro and all state without being all district.
Yes, sir.
But guys that have that experience that you have, they already know and understand that they want to be all Metro and all state.
Yes.
Like again, you have a lot of games under your belt. I know for a fact that you guys have went to lineman camps. Like, how do you take all that knowledge, all that experience, and be the best defensive lineman in the Northeast Louisiana Metroplex?
First, competition at practice. You gotta go hard at practice. If you're gonna go hard at practice, you ain't gonna do it in the game. And the competition that you got across the field from you, by me playing against older, better people, it make me go against older, better people in the game, and it make it more easier for me.
All right, I got you. You kind of stumped me, man. I ain't even lie. Like, I want to check your history, your portfolio, your work record, and I'm gonna see what's really the truth is. Let me check your work history, your work portfolio. Hey, Coach Box.
Hey, what's going on, man?
You got it, baby. You got it. Tell me about my man to your immediate right.
Aeneas Roberts, man. His sophomore year, he would have had a great opportunity to get much playing time on a real good defense in 2019, but he got hurt. I think his second or third game hurt his shoulder, so it kind of stunted his growth. But last year's junior year, he burst on the scene, man. He did an excellent job leading the secondary, tackling. He can play close to the box or he can play in space on the hedge. A tremendous player. I'm looking forward to him being even greater this year, having his second year of full season. So I'm looking for great things out of him.
Man, DC, guy that puts in a lot of work.
Yes, sir.
I watched you over the last few years quietly.
Yes, sir.
What's your motivation? What's your why?
Why? What's my motivation and my why? My why is simply this. First of all, I love the Lord. That's the first thing. Second thing, I love these kids. I love this community. I love football. Since a little boy, football has been my aspiration. Enjoyed playing it, studying it, watching great players before me, and just paying homage to the game and just giving back to this community. I feel like I'm a Carroll Bulldog at heart, man. I love this blue and gold, love these kids, and want to see them be successful. Try to give them everything I know and try to study as much film as I can to put them in the best position to be successful.
Man, what? Go a little more in depth. What coaches, when you were a young guy, didn't know that if you wanted to be into coaching, what coaches did you look up to?
Coaches, man, I tell you, coming up, wasn't big and thought I was going to be a coach, man. I really love playing the game. But once I started to realize that coaching would be something I would really enjoy doing, staying close to the game, I started with people like Charlie Strong, man, the physicality that his defenses played with. Bud Foster at Virginia Tech, the 4-2-5 scheme, one gap spiel, guys getting after people playing vertical. I was a big Miami Hurricane fan coming up, and I loved the way they played on that side of the ball, attacking, aggressive style of football. So I would say guys like Bud Foster, Charlie Strong, guys that were able to relate to their players and get the best out of them to make them be functional and be as good as they could be. So those two guys especially.
Man, you guys are working on week 2 of spring.
Yes.
But we're going to talk about that later.
Yes, sir.
I want to talk to you real quick.
Yes, sir.
Because again, first time, and I want I want people to understand the amazing work that you've done
Yes, sir.
here in your stint here as DC.
Yes, sir.
Last year, you guys go to Woodlawn, Baton Rouge.
Yes, sir.
Pick up an amazing win against a
man.
very
Good
good
team.
Woodlawn,
Yeah.
Baton Rouge team,
Yes, sir.
and it was your work defensively
Yes.
that you guys did that made a big part of
Yes.
what happened happen.
Yes.
What was that game like for you?
Man, tremendous. It was a team. I felt that game brought us closer together because it wasn't just the defense, it was the offense too. They put up quite a few points in that game against a well-coached, structured Woodlawn team. Defensively, our guys, we were young in the secondary. That spring, not having a spring, a summer with 7-on-7 kind of hurt us a little bit. Those guys have one of the best quarterbacks I've seen in a long time. That kid, number 7, could spin the ball, and he had a group of receivers that could go get it. And so I was so thankful that we were able to put together some stops there at the end to show our resilience, able to bounce back after being hit. I often tell our kids, it ain't hard. Life is not consistent how hard you can hit, but how hard you can be hit and get back up.
Right.
And our kids kept getting back up, and that let me know, man, we were going to be okay for the rest of the season. We had a nucleus, a group of young men that believed in one another, believed in the system, and kept fighting.
You got Ladarius McPhee back from injury. Derek Connor, big inside linebacker presence. You had another linebacker that was pretty solid.
Yes, Christian Young.
Yeah, those guys are gone now. All of them.
Except Christian Young is still with us.
Okay. How do you get these young guys who the whole spotlight may not have been on them, but they had
Some.
good seasons
Yeah.
because
Yes.
of that little small
Yeah.
insinuation of I'm not the man, but
Yeah.
now it's my turn.
Yeah.
The spotlight is fully
Yeah.
on me.
Yeah.
How do you get those guys to that level?
It's simple, man. The 2018 group, when Coach Tank hired us and hired me as the DC, we started building a foundation. And that 2018 group laid the foundation. Well, 2019 built on the foundation. In 2020, this past group built on it. So each group had their own brick to the pile, so to say. So they learned from the class ahead of them how to practice, the first thing, how to prepare themselves, and then from there, carrying what you learned in practice to the playing field. And if they do that and play at the pace that we play, we'll be fine, because we set a standard in which we play by.
All right, so this is what we're going to do. We're finna play a little game.
Okay?
And it's called Pass It On or Keep It.
Yes, sir.
All right? So how this goes is if you were the guy last year, then you get to pass it on to the person that's under you. All right? If you're the new guy, you gotta figure out and tell me what it is that you kept from last year that you're gonna use to motivate, inspire, and fulfill goals, individual and team, for this upcoming spring. Because you can't go past to the fall without fulfilling the spring first. You ready?
So, I keep
What you keeping?
my, just, it's like.
I want you to,
say
like,
again.
don't, like, look, this, hey, again, like I just told you, and this is what I mean, like, you got the experience. There's no excuse to say that you're not an experienced defensive tackle because you've taken bumps and bruises as a freshman and a sophomore.
Yes, sir.
This year, you say you're keeping it, so you got to tell me how you're going to give those bumps and bruises this year. How you want to be more physical, how you're going to be more demanding, and things of that nature.
Oh, for sure. This summer, just got to go all out. Got to stay lifting weights, conditioning. My opponents at practice got to go hard on them so they can do the same thing.
I'm gonna pass it on.
What you passing on?
I'm gonna pass on to my great learning experience to another great person that's under me, Norris Kelly. Norris Kelly, he young cat, but he know what he doing.
Good guy.
I'm keeping it. I'm really just by being, when I first just starting as quarterback, I'm just trying to be a leader to the whole team. And my motivation would be just by continuing having winning seasons from being like, how should I say this? I want to say like from a bad season last year, because it wasn't really a bad season. It was just had some ups and downs, some stuff we had to work on, and basically just you gotta be positive and humble.
No doubt.
I'm gonna pass it on. I feel like it starts right now, and you can't teach work ethic. Work ethic gotta be in your heart. It gotta be right there in your heart. So I feel like I'm gonna pass it on to others like Damian Tony, a sophomore, Michael Tillman, a sophomore, and also Braylon Young. I feel like you can't teach work ethic, like I said, and it starts now, from the summer to the spring to the season. It starts right now. You can't teach work ethic, or you can't teach heart.
I like that. I like that. That's all truths.
Yes, sir.
Your question different.
Okay.
Wiseman Wildcats next week.
Yes.
Spring game.
Yes.
What do you know about them and what they have coming back?
Coach Paul and them and his crew does a great job down there.
Outstanding.
Outstanding group of young men, coaches as well as players. Man, what you can expect, even as a scrimmage, is going to be a backyard scrimmage. We're brothers on there to the south of us, and we're down here over here on Renwick Street, and whenever Renwick and Arizona get together, it's always a fun time. And so I'm looking forward to those guys getting after us like we getting after them. And the Bible says iron sharper than iron, so they're going to make us better, and we're going to make them better. Just look forward to everybody competing and nobody getting hurt and coming out of there safe.
No doubt. Hobart Grayson here reporting at 2939 Carroll High School, home of the Bulldogs. Hey, have a continued great summer.
Yes, sir.
Remember,
Yes, sir. You too.
get off the bench,
Yes, sir.
get into the game.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.